Hey folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Well, the sun came out. It's still cold though. It's very, very windy out. We had intermittent snow showers this morning. Nothing stuck, of course. But it's quite windy, and it's cold enough that with the high wind, it feels really cold. But the sky is really clear. It all cleared up. It was really gloomy this morning. Very thick, heavy, low clouds, and boy, that's all blown away, and we have about one of the bluest clear skies I've seen in a while around here. You can't see it, the screen and the sun kind of bleeds it out, but from sitting here, it's very, very pretty blue. So I've kind of joked about this the last couple of days, and it's gotten to be a pretty serious thing, I think. I'm sure you know where I'm going with this, especially depending on whatever title that I put on the video. I don't know. I haven't even thought about it. I don't know. Sometimes I don't think about that till the very last second. So it's this drone thing. This is, I think it's getting pretty serious. Today, it's just been like a flood of news about it. Fox News is covering it. CNN's covering it. The White House came out, the DEI chick. I never can remember her name. People always have to correct. I can't remember her name. You know, the black lady with the curly hair. That's the DEI hire. Anyways, she came out, White House press conference talking about it. Says that the president is aware of it. That they're discussed. She didn't give any information, like she never does, but admitting that it's legitimate and that they're talking about it. A U.S. congressman from New Jersey came out today and said that based on the intel that he's gotten and the connections that he has through air traffic and the airplane industry, all that kind of stuff, that he has been told at very high levels that Iran launched a mothership, not a spaceship, but an actual nautical ship, a seafaring ship. And that it, about a month ago, and that it's setting off the coast of the East Coast, and it is launching these drones, the Iranians, that they got this technology from China, and that they're launching these drones all over the United States, spying on us, testing our capabilities, and that kind of stuff. Then the Pentagon came out a little while later doing a press conference, and they said that that's hogwash. I mean, they didn't say that word, but they said that that's not true. But what they did say, this is the Pentagon, so I know you take it with a grain of salt. They're not the most trustworthy. We're just going by what they're saying, the official narrative. The Pentagon is saying that they are most certainly not domestic U.S. government drones, that these are not from the U.S. government, military, DHS, FBI, or not. They're not that, and that they know that they're not drones from other countries, that it's not the Chinese, it's not the Iranians, there's not any other country that are flying these drones. Well, then what else is this? And to make it clear, if you don't know, we're not talking like the little drones that you go, even ones that you may pay several $1,000s for. These things, they're saying, are the size of like an SUV. Some of these are jet powered. They're not just the propeller ones that hover. These are the big ones, like military grade, like the ones that we use, our UAWs that we use to spy on other countries and stuff. These are big drones. Like I said, some of them jet powered, some of them can fly high altitude, some of them can fly apparently for hours at a time. So it's unlikely it's just some hobbyist or some club that's just, some group of guys that's playing a prank. And if it's not the US government, and if it's not any other foreign government, then what are they implying that these things are? Now, there's so many different tentacles and areas that I want to go with this. Number one, I know we all saw how well our defenses worked when the China put up their big hot air balloon over the United States. Are we for real? I mean, there are really big drones, like drones that are capable. I mean, these things could be seeding the air with, warfare, chemical warfare. They could be dropping bombs. They could just be surveilling and taking pictures and listening. There's all sorts of things that could be, I mean, these could be kamikaze drones. They don't know. And we're not doing anything about it. We don't, like, shoot one down. Now, I'm sure that they know a whole lot more than what they're saying. But is the American people really this stupid? Or is our government this stupid? Maybe they don't. What if? Because I've talked to people over the years that's worked in the federal government in various areas, and these are people that are very open-minded to all the conspiracies. They're in line with you and I, and they tell me, the few people I've talked to about it, they say this idea that the U.S. government has these amazing capabilities far greater than what the people know is not true. That they half the time they're barely functioning. You know, it's not that they're covering up all this great technology and this great intel. They just really don't know. Maybe that's true. If that's true, that's almost worse. It's almost worse to me if our government actually truly doesn't know. We can't shoot one down and figure it out, you know? I mean, you don't have to blow it up. You can't potentially just fly a plane, shoot some, you know, rounds at it, not explode it in midair, and hopefully it'll crash into a decent sized piece enough that you can, you know, pull it apart and figure out what's going on. You can't use some kind of EMP, you know, something to knock it out of the air, because there is anti-drone technology. I mean, you can buy that as a civilian, that you can knock a drone out of the air. They can't do that. So, number one, if that's the case, are you telling me that you feel like that, you know, say if Russia or China or Iran or anyone else wants to drop a nuke on us, or an EMP or any type of warhead, that our government will shoot it out of the sky? I mean, that's I see that all the time. When there's ever this possibility, there's threat or talk about, you know, Russians can launch nukes at, oh, that Russians will be dead and obliterated before they hit the ground over here. We'll knock them missiles out of the air and we'll obliterate them. Really? Because all of these drones that's flying around, some of them could have nuclear warheads on them, and we ain't doing nothing about it. They want to have committee hearings, and they want to discuss this. You know, let's talk about it some more. While we have potential lethal threats flying all over the United States, we don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. So that's one angle of this. Another angle is could this be an actual invasion? I mean, like not extraterrestrial, but could this be an actual war that's getting ready to happen? I know that there's going to be a lot of you say, oh, no, it's not going to happen. Well, I'm sure there was a lot of people on my channel and other channels when there was the threat of Russia invading Ukraine that were saying, oh, no. There was all kinds of YouTubers, many of you folks, if you're still watching me since then, oh, no, Russia's never going to invade Ukraine. You're wrong on that. Really? Well, I wasn't. Is that what this is? Is this a big distraction? Is this a big distraction from something else? Because a lot of things are happening elsewhere. A lot of things. I mean, this would be a big elaborate distraction. Make no mistake about it. That it would certainly be that. Is it? Could it be either A, extraterrestrials, or B, them making you think it's extraterrestrials? I made a video today over for locals. You should go check it out on this subject. And with the new supercomputing tech capabilities, which a human mind can't even wrap their head around, on the level of supercomputing capabilities now that exist just recently, artificial intelligence that's growing faster than a human can even keep track of, and then all of this stuff, is it possible that they're gonna, oh, it's aliens? I mean, the Pentagon said that they're not domestic drones and they're not foreign government drones. If that's the case, then there's not too many other options. They're not this country's drones and they're not any other country's drones. Well, then whose are they, right? Where are they coming from then? There's a state congressman, I believe, a state congressman in New Jersey, that says that he has seen them, and there's seen footage of these things coming up out of the ocean, which has been something for years, that the whole extraterrestrial alien, not illegal alien, from south of the border, but from space. They've been saying that for years, that they're out in the ocean, and that's where they're hiding, and they're coming up. There's a lot going on here. And I think it's actually quite serious. I know that you may joke about it and roll your eyes at it and say this is nothing. But when you have pretty much, three areas, major areas of government, the military, the White House, the presidency, and Congress have all chimed in talking about this. The FBI says that they've been investigating this. The military, U.S. military, says that they've been jointly investigating this with the British government, because they're happening over there too. There's lots of local government agencies, local police, state police and stuff that are investigating, and no one has an answer apparently. I mean, if they finally come out and say, oh, we figured out these are a bunch of punk kids that, use their daddy's credit card to buy some really cool drones, and that's what they are. I'm not believing that, because there's way too much evidence showing that these are not like civilian quality drones. These things are, there's been helicopters tracking these drones for hours, like they're staying in flight for hours. That's not a civilian drone. So what is it? Are we on the verge of something big happening? It's starting to feel like that. And it's not just because of these drones. It's because of a lot of other things that's going on right now. You've got Syria just getting ready to, seems like, to explode. Today, because there's still U.S. troops in Syria, and there's still Russian troops in Syria on opposing sides. And today, Russian troops created a blockade, not allowing American troops to pass through an area on a road. I mean, they were literally like face-to-face, toe-to-toe. We've got Russia saying that they're going to retaliate against Ukraine again, because once again, Ukraine has used U.S.-made ATACMS missiles and struck a Russian airbase. But then Russia says they're also going to retaliate against the United States, because we've taken stolen their property, their stolen money, and we're giving it $20 billion, giving it to the Ukrainians. And they said they're going to retaliate against us. There's a lot of stuff going on, folks. And I mean, I'm just barely scratching the surface. I mean, I could sit here probably for hours and talk about all the major events that's happening right now as we speak. The markets are crazy. Like people are making money left and right, because the markets are just, they only have one way to go right now, and that's up. Gold, silver, oil, crypto, stock market, all of it. I mean, yeah, they have little days that they go down, but they're record breaking all the time. We got diseases, viruses supposedly spreading everywhere. And yesterday, hundreds of deadly viruses came up missing at a big biolab. There's a lot of stuff going on. And now we've got these drones. It's been happening for a while, but it's definitely building to something. Don't know what, but it's building to something. And we've got major areas of government talking about it, claiming they don't know what it is, claiming it's not them, claiming it's not another foreign government. They don't know where they're coming from. They don't know what they're here to do. They don't know what's going on. And apparently we're not capable of shooting one down. I mean, if you ever still had any kind of hope that your government would protect you and defend you from any kind of invasion or anything, once again, it's been proven that they're not capable. They can't secure the border. They can't take down balloons that fly over for days, taking pictures of us. And now we've got drones all over the country, and ain't no one doing anything about it. But I guarantee you, if Billy Bob shot one down, he'd probably get arrested, because that's a federal crime. But it's insanity. You better be getting yourself ready. You better be stocking up. And I'm talking about food, Band-Aids, bullets, all of it. Something's around the corner, folks. It doesn't look good. You need to get ready for it. It's time to get your houses in order and prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.